you may want to get ready now, because in just a few weeks, Social Security changes yet again in a pretty massive way, which is certainly going to cause some slowdowns, some confusion, some chaos, and ultimately going to impact the beneficiaries in a pretty massive way. Well, I also do have this article right here, which I'm going to pop up in just a second so you can see and read for yourself exactly what they're talking about. I will pull out the key takeaways within this article and explain them for you here in this video and what this means for the beneficiaries. It's going to get chaotic, it's going to get a little crazy, and I want you to be prepared because it's all coming in literally just a matter of weeks from when I film this video right now. Now, drop a comment down below. What do you think could possibly be changing to Social Security now? I'll give you a couple quick little hints. It starts March 7th, and it's something we've never seen before, and adding a lot of confusion to Social Security. Drop your comments down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. But let's pop this article up right here, right now. Feel free to read through the details of this, and I'll pull out the key takeaways for you. All right, so it all starts March 7th, and this is a process to basically reduce wait times for people that are calling Social Security to get help, but at the same time, also making things a whole lot more confusing. So on March 7th, they're going to be rolling out and implementing something they're called National Workload Management System. Again, National Workload Management System. So what do you think that means? Drop a comment down below and let me know. What do you think that means? Let me explain really quickly. Now, remember last year, they basically reduced their payrolls by 7,000 people. Essentially, they basically got rid of 7,000 people within Social Security. But at the same time, we have more and more people drawing on Social Security, more and more people enrolling and applying for Social Security, and they're dropping their payrolls. In other words, having less and less workers. Well, they're trying to make this process more efficient, okay? So generally when somebody calls Social Security, again, not every time, but in general, when somebody calls Social Security, they're routed to a local office or, somebody within their respective state who understands the laws and all the different provisions within a respective state where that beneficiary is located, right? However, with the new system, starting March 7th, the new National Workload Management System, what they're going to be doing is routing calls anywhere around the country to basically reduce the time in which somebody needs to wait on the phone to talk to somebody to get help. Here's the problem with that. And as highlighted here in this article, the example that they give is somebody calling from California who generally would have talked to somebody in a California office now may talk to somebody all across the country, maybe over in Maine. Or somebody calling from Texas may be routed to somebody in Wyoming. Or somebody calling from, say, Florida, may be connected with somebody in Tennessee, something like that, right? I mean, again, I'm just giving you some examples here, but this is what's happening. Now, what's the problem is that these individuals that are being routed to representatives within Social Security in different locations around the country may not know all of the respective rules and parameters and laws and everything else outside of their respective state, if that kind of makes sense, right? And again, as we've talked about so many times here on the channel in other videos over the last several years, just as we all recognize, every state is operated a little bit differently. For the most part, each state has their own rules, their own parameters, their own different little nuances within each individual state. So you basically got people all across the country working within Social Security that are trying to help beneficiaries, and they're like, I don't have a clue, right? I'm located in California. You're calling me from Florida. I don't know the rules in your state or the different parameters, right? So they're just like maybe not offering the most efficient help for the beneficiaries that are calling, trying to maybe submit applications for their initial enrollment into Social Security or whatever it else happens to be. There's a lot of different reasons why somebody may call Social Security. But this is all going to be happening, and they're rolling it out as of March 7th, which is not that long from right now as I film this video. So if you happen to be somebody calling Social Security, again, just be prepared that this is likely going to be the case, and you may connect with somebody that may not have the answers for you going forward. They may not know, and they may need to go through some extra additional steps to maybe connect with somebody in your local field or within your local state and a local field office for you to connect with, if that kind of makes sense, right? So this is just going to cause more chaos, more confusion, more delays, because people that are calling in and not getting the necessary help that they need, what happens then? Do they just, try to figure it out on their own, or do they get bad information, or like, what's the problem here, right? Like, how are they going to get the necessary help that they need to submit their applications or whatever it is within the confines of their respective state that they're calling from? How do they get that necessary specified help, right? So this is also alongside many of the changes that we saw implemented in 2025, also consistent with the new Social Security agenda, which I've talked about before in the videos, which is the digital first agenda, which is the whole purpose and kind of the crowning achievement of the new acting commissioner, Frank Bisignano, is this new digital first agenda, right? So they've rolled out AI and automation into the phone systems. When we call, we're talking to a robot most of the time. AI, they're trying to push us over into the Social Security website and set up a My Social Security account to get everything answered there. Basically what they're trying to do is they don't really want us talking to humans anymore, okay? Obviously, that's still an option. We can always go to a physical field office if we wanted to. That's not very fun. I don't know who would want to do that if they could avoid it. But they're basically trying to digitize everything within Social Security. Obviously, there's still going to be the option to connect with a real human at some point, but for the most part, they want the majority of transactions and the majority of communications with Social Security to be digital. They want us to interact with the robots, the AI, the automated systems, and they want us to do things through our My Social Security accounts on the Social Security website as well. But anyway, be prepared. So anyway, if you have on your calendar, like if you have a to-do list and you're like, hey, I need to call Social Security about this thing, you may want to call them soon before we actually get into this implementation of this new national workload management system, again, where you may be connected with somebody who knows where across the country that probably isn't going to have the answers to help you out specifically within your respective state. Okay, because they're trying to pool all these calls together. That's what they're going to do. So rather than having, one area around the country that has a ton of call volume, a ton of workload, and the workers there can't keep up, meanwhile, another area around the country that maybe doesn't have nearly the amount of workload coming in, they're just going to pool all those calls together, and whoever's available, regardless of where they're at around the country, they take that next call in the queue, and they may or may not be able to help that person, which is ultimately just going to add more delays, more confusion, more just across the board chaos to the overall process. Anyway, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this. I'd really love to hear from you about this, but they're certainly changing things around in a pretty massive way. Realistically, we generally do not get this many changes within Social Security in any rolling 12-month period of time. But this is certainly a different time right now. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. I'd love to read your comments down below. Otherwise, as always, if you happen to be on Medicare, make sure to call Chapter there. They're certainly going to help you out. Again, give them a call. See what options, what flexibilities you have right now. Again, we've had multiple hundreds, maybe even 1,000 people so far this year. We're not even that far into the year so far that have already called right there. Dozens and dozens and dozens of people getting help so far this year, saving a ton of money. By the way, on average, the average person is saving over $1,000 on average. You've seen me highlight all the comments here in all the videos, pages and pages of comments that I've highlighted. And again, I also have, where is it? This document here. Yep, I actually just showed you this document. People saving all kinds of money, hundreds of dollars a month, thousands of dollars a year right here. Again, collectively saving over $2 million just by calling there to get free help with their Medicare. Absolutely amazing just in the last year. So anyway, give them a call after you talk to them. Drop a comment down below. Let me know how it goes. Use the word chapter within your comment. That's the keyword I search for to find these comments. And I'd love to feature you and grab your comment and highlight it here in my stack of comments. All right, anyway, enjoy. Please let me know your thoughts down below. Would love to hear from you. It's a weird time out there right now. All right, anyway, please subscribe. Please share the video. Big share button down below. Subscribe button down below. Otherwise, enjoy your day. Take care. And I look forward to hearing from you down below. Otherwise, have a good one. And I'll catch you.